Paul McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Vergil Ortiz in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Vergil, I think this is your, correct me if I'm wrong, first fight outside of the US?
Second fight.
What was the first?
In Cancun, I fought in 2017. 2017 in Cancun, yeah.
Obviously been a long time since you've fought outside the US then. Just first time in Riyadh?
First
Thoughts
This
here?
is my second time in Riyadh, but my first time fighting here.
Just your thoughts about Riyadh as a whole?
You know, I love it out here. It's the people are really nice. The food is great. I haven't got to indulge just yet, but Friday we will. But yeah, I mean, so far so good.
Obviously, you're in a really tough fight against Vergil Madrimov. A lot of people maybe had him beating Terence Crawford. What did you think of that fight when you watched it at the time?
Well, I thought it was a good fight, but I mean, Terence beat him. You know, it really wasn't too competitive for me. I mean, it was a competitive fight, but I didn't think that he won. You know. So.
What did you see in Vergil Madrimov that night? Did you see anything that you believe you can capitalize on this week?
I mean, of course, we saw some things, but you know, people approach every fight differently, so I can't. I just take that with a grain of salt and keep it in mind. It's not like I'm gonna remember every single detail once I'm in that ring. I'm just gonna focus on the details that are in front of me, what I can capitalize on. But you know, we're just gonna do what we do best inside the ring.
Obviously, you had a good win last time out against Sergey Bohachuk. This time around, Madrimov is a different type of fighter than Bohachuk. But what do you expect this Saturday night from Vergil Madrimov?
Well, he's coming off a loss, so he's gonna want to try to prove that you know that he's still in the mix. We're just expecting a good fight. That's it, in simple words.
What's the conversations that you've had with your promoter and Oscar De La Hoya been like coming into this fight? We can see his rivalry with Eddie Hearn. He's quite vocal about that he always wants to win anytime he comes up against Eddie Hearn. What's the conversations been like with Oscar De La Hoya?
Well, those words don't really need to come up because I think I want to win as much as he does, and I think he knows that. So he doesn't have to tell me that. You know, some fighters might need that convincing, but I don't. You know, I come in and win all the time.
Vergil, for your career, I'd say this is probably the biggest fight of your life on Saturday night. Has preparation been differently this time around, or is it just business as usual for Vergil Ortiz?
We treat every fight like it's the biggest fight. You know, it could have been the first one against the guy with a 1-3 record or not. You know, every fight, any loss to anybody can set my career somewhere we don't want it to be. So we treat every fight like it's the biggest fight.
If we're sitting here in 12 months' time, what does Vergil Ortiz want to have accomplished by then?
Hopefully be unified in 12 years. I mean, 12 years, in 12 months, yeah.
Obviously, there's some big fights out there happening. We expected at one point maybe Canelo was going to fight Jake Paul. Now it's Canelo Crawford. What do you make of that fight?
Of which fight?
Canelo Crawford.
Canelo Crawford. I mean, it's a good fight. I think that there's weight classes for a reason. I got Canelo.
In terms of yourself, a lot of people have always spoke about your name and Terence Crawford in the same conversation. Is that a fight that you will want inside the next 12 to 18 months?
Of course. I don't know if that fight's going to happen or not because, you know, I heard that in the past that it was the Canelo fight or retire. Well, once he gets the Canelo fight, is he going to retire? You know, I mean, he's going to have Canelo money. He's not going to want to fight anymore. I mean, that's just my hypothesis, but we'll see.
Canelo Jake Paul was close to being made. What did you make of that at the time, and do you believe that that's a good fight for boxing?
What fight?
Canelo Jake Paul?
No.
You laugh. Do you think maybe it's making a bit of a mockery of the sport, or what way do you think?
It is. It is. He's not a boxer.
If hypothetically speaking, someone offered you a lot of money to fight Jake Paul, would you take that fight?
Well, first of all, we're not in the same weight class already, so it would contradict what I just said. Weight classes exist for a reason. You know, if he was in my weight and he wanted to take the fight, I mean, I don't know. I'd have an internal battle with myself, but as far as realistically, it won't happen. We're not the same weight. He has nothing to offer me.
A lot of people have also spoke about you and Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is going to face Stanionis on the 12th of April. How do you think that fight goes?
Duran should get him out of there before the 10th, I believe. I don't think it's that competitive of a fight, if I'm being honest.
Do you foresee yourself facing Jerome Boots Ennis within the next 12 months then? Is that kind of where your focus would lie after, all being well, that you get the win on Saturday night?
Well, we're not really focused on anything. We already said yes to the fight one time already, right? And the fight didn't happen. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's not in my hands. So I'm not concerned about it.
In your opinion, why did that fight never materialize? You said that you said yes to it and it just never happened.
Well, I don't know if it's an opinion or not. It wasn't on my side. Our side said yeah, and his side said no. So that's really all there is to it.
Well, Vergil, before I let you go, any message for your fans and the people that will be tuning in this weekend to watch you in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia?
I just don't miss it. You know, it's the whole card is going to be fire. My fight is going to potentially steal tonight. So just pay attention to the whole card. We'll see you there.
Vergil Ortiz, thanks for your time. Thank you.